one little extra thing that I really want to convey to you is I don't care how many other tries you've had at changing your body, losing weight, being fitter, being healthier, trying to quit smoking, any of the above, and anything else you can think of. I really don't care. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're starting at the start of this program. And that's good enough for me to give you a clean slate. Now what I want you to do is also give yourself a clean slate. I want you to wipe it clean. Really focus on that. Really think about what it means to not continually be counting all of the ways you've tried and you haven't succeeded, or all of the ways you did this and it failed, or it didn't work how you wanted it to work. All these kind of stories do nothing to help you. They actually do a lot to hold you back, and that's really unfortunate. I totally understand why you think about them, and even, some people try and use them as motivation, but I guarantee there's better motivation out there than trying to bully yourself about how the last way didn't work, or you failed, or you gave up. All of these stories you can leave behind. This is all about using a strategy, developing the mindset, and getting some great changes so you can have a better life. And it doesn't matter how many goes you have at that. Do you think most people quit smoking when they first try? No. Most people take 4 times. But do you think they're trying and then failing and then trying and then failing? Not as far as I'm concerned. I think they're building up the resources to get better and better at quitting. And when they've built up enough resources, then that next time that they actually go to quit, then they're successful. So just remember that if you've tried different diet methods or exercise programs or anything else in the past, most likely, if it involves some kind of willpower or lifestyle change, you're actually building your change muscle, if you like. You're actually developing your own ability to follow a program, to make changes in your life, to keep track of the results maybe, and all of these kinds of things that help you succeed. Now what I'm giving you in this program is truly a strategy that can make you healthier, and a strategy that really is based on really solid science. And it might be a strategy that's going to just prove more successful for you anyway compared to those other strategies, because this one really has got some sound information behind it. It's not a fad, it's not some kind of trick. We don't speed up your metabolism, none of this stuff. We find ways for your body to be healthier so that you can have less body fat now and in the future. And that's why it works so well. So I'm giving you a strategy that actually works probably better than the other ways you've tried. But that doesn't mean that you can keep holding on to all of these stories and all of these memories about how things didn't work. What I really want you to do is try to forget them all. Because at the end of the day, tomorrow is the start, or tomorrow could be the start, of your new lifestyle. As of today even, you could decide that you are a person who has this lifestyle. It's as simple as that. Once you've decided that, it's going to be a lot easier to follow the habits that anyone else who's following this lifestyle follows every day. And then really the results will just come to you. You don't need to focus on the results. Just think about being that person who has these lifestyle habits that you're going to learn about in the coming weeks. And if you focus on being that person, you'll probably be amazed at how easily the results come and how relaxed you feel from week to week. And that is the gift that I want to give to you. And I feel that that's really, really important. So there's a couple more things that I want to talk about. I'm just going to check my list again. Now, when you're thinking about mindset, you really do need to think differently, because you're not just using a new strategy here. I know you might have tried other strategies in the past, but you know what? You've also tried other mindsets. It might have been the same mindset time and time again, but it might have been different mindsets based on where you were in your life, or maybe who introduced you to a certain lifestyle or a certain diet. So what I want you to keep in mind is this is a new strategy, and I want you to bring a new approach or a new mindset to this strategy, because truly using that combination is what's going to help you get these results in a really quick and easy way. You shouldn't need to use up any of your willpower from day to day. This really should be a positive, good experience for you and for your life. So with that in mind, really the big important thing is to focus on the benefits that you're going to get. Now, you know that I spoke just a little earlier about maybe some of the things that you'll be giving up, or some of the things that might change. And it is important to think about them. Don't try and ignore them. Don't, push them under the rug. If you always go out with a group of friends, for example, for a big meal on a Wednesday night, this really could be something that changes. And if that's the only way that you see those friends, or if, for example, you catch up with your sporting team that you play some softball with and you have drinks afterwards, if these are social outlets and social activities, if you don't have a strategy for them, you're going to go one of two ways. Either you're going to go off this lifestyle so that you can keep socializing with people, or you're going to actually just stop socializing with people and then start to, over time, feel like this lifestyle is impossible to stick at. So if you think proactively, ahead of time, about some of these things that you might need to just tweak or adjust, you can actually come up with some strategies and some ideas about how you can keep the good parts of that in your life and how you can just let go or maybe just modify some of the lifestyle elements so that you've got the best of both worlds. And that's really important to think about. So once you've got those kind of ideas, I guess, dealt with, out of the way, once you've got those strategies, the thing to think about is what benefits are you going to get. Now, I know you could list a few off. Oh, I could run 3 miles, I could run 10 miles, I could run a marathon, I could swim in the pool for 20 minutes, I could chase my kids, I could run with my dog, cycle to work. Whatever you'd like to do, that's awesome. But generally speaking, you might only reel off 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 or 8 things. That's a really good start, but I want you just once to sit down and really get focused in on generating at least 20 benefits of you adopting this lifestyle. Now, before you tell me I'm crazy and that there's no way there could be 20 things that could be better, I'm going to tell you, if you don't find 20 things, I just want you to sit there and just think a little more, give yourself another few minutes, there's no time limit, until you get those 20 things. By the time you get 20, all of a sudden you might have a burst of energy and you might get 30 or 40 or 50. But as long as you get 20, that's a great starting point. Now, of course, over time, if you think of other things, other benefits that are going to come to you from following this lifestyle, then absolutely add it to the list. This list can only help you basically develop a really, really inspiring sense of where you're heading and how great life is going to be while you're heading there and when you're reaching these goals and these milestones and achieving these great things you want to achieve. So by having all of these benefits, you're going to actually start to feel less pain from all of those things that you might feel like you're having to give up. But remember, try not to give up anything. Try to just change it or just switch it for something else or just modify it a little bit, because giving things up can be really, really tough. So see what you can do about that. But once you've got your list of 20 things, I want you to take that list in some kind of portable way, whether it's a notepad, whether it's a piece of paper, whatever it is, and keep it with you all the time. Now, the easiest thing for me, and I do this personally, I really do recommend the things that I do. I keep it in my wallet, and I find that that's an easy place to put it. If I'm queued up at a grocery store, in a gas station, if I'm waiting somewhere for 5 minutes for an appointment, I always have my wallet with me, and I can pull it out and I can just run my finger down this list of all these benefits of the things that I'm doing in my life right now. And that's a really fantastic way to stay on track and also to remind yourself of where you're heading and how great life really is for you. Now, of course, some of those benefits will start to incrementally come to you, even maybe in the first week or two, and that's brilliant. Now, you don't necessarily need to leave things on that list if you've already experienced them or if they're a regular part of your day, but you might want to leave them there and just accumulate those benefits over time so you can really see the differences that you're starting to experience. So I want you to think about when you can actually do this today. Now, I know it might take 10 or 20 minutes, so you might not be able to do it immediately, but if you can, that'd be really, really great. Because I think walking away with a list of benefits is a really great way to start on this lifestyle program. Now, that's basically the talk that I've got for you around mindset, but of course there's a little more detail that I want to give you about this program as well. Complete Bodyfat Control was created for you to be able to walk through step by step through this lifestyle, but I didn't just give you the methods or the strategies or the how-tos, because I really don't believe in following something blindly. I want you to have the knowledge, I want you to have the resources, so you can actually believe the information that I'm giving you. And at the end of the day, the more that you believe it and the more that you understand this, the more likely you are to make these changes and the more likely you are to actually feel that they're easy to make or that there's a really good reason to make them. And of course, when you're talking to friends, and maybe a couple of them are going to tell you that you're a little bit crazy, you'll have some really great information if you want to share with them about why this is such a good thing to do. So as we step through each module, every video has a combination of information which I've distilled down and put in a more compact form so you don't have to go off and read all the science reports and all the websites and the blogs and the textbooks and everything. But it'll have a combination of information as well as some how-to practical type stuff. And then some of that then spills over into the info sheets and of course into the action guides. Now there's an action guide for every module and I really want you to download that, print it out if you can and follow through with every step that's on there. Because those action guides really, they help you get started with each module in a really easy way. So if you download that action guide and you start getting stuck into that, you'll probably find you want to refer to some info sheets and you'll have them there on hand as well. Now, as far as the website goes with the member section, you're going to find the modules easily laid out and as well, you're going to find some bonuses too. Now, I included them. Each one of them is there for a specific reason. And so I really hope you take advantage of them because they're included. It's not an extra cost. I'm not trying to sell you extra things here. But basically, it's really just there so you can use, for example, the workout MP3. If you want to do some interval training, you'll learn more about that in Module 3. And there's also a nice little ebook that you can read. It's pretty short, so I guarantee you it's not going to take up hours of your life. But there's some really useful information there too. And there's also some other videos and that kind of thing as well. So definitely have a look in at those bonuses because they're going to help you with this lifestyle and you'll probably find them pretty handy. Now I say that because they're things I've developed from actually following this lifestyle. I'm not a scientist who sits in a lab and comes up with theories and then goes home and eats McDonald's. That's not really my lifestyle. You've probably guessed that by now. The reality is that this is the lifestyle I've chosen, having done 10 years basically of research and testing and, if you like, experiments on myself, and coming through 10 years of a lot of frustration, varied results, kind of ups and downs, some roller coasters in there as well. And this is what I've decided is the best way. And I've decided that not because some guru has said, hey, this is the best way, and not because my friends are doing it, but I've decided that based on really factual scientific research. I've based it on my own personal research that I've done, and I've also based it on some fantastic books that have been written by some incredibly well-researched people in various fields, from exercise, physiology, nutrition, etc., etc. So what I'm bringing to you here in this program is basically the distillation, or if you like, the cliff notes of all of that research and all of that effort and all of those frustrating times that I've come through. And the reason that I want to give this to you and the reason that I want you to share it with people and tell people about it is because I want the world to be a healthier, happier, more energetic, more relaxed place. And I truly believe that that starts with having a healthy body, and having a healthy body is one, generally speaking, that's reasonably low on body fat. Now, I'm not trying to make everyone crazy skinny. I'm not trying to make everyone look like a supermodel because I think they look disgusting. What I'm trying to do is help you be at a healthy, natural fat level for your body. And that's always a little different for most people, but there's generally speaking a range within a few percent that most people gravitate towards when they're living a healthy lifestyle. Now, one of the reasons I put this program together, and let me tell you, it has been a labor of love at times, one of the big reasons is because I don't have the advertising budget of big food companies. And unfortunately, big food companies these days really have got a lot of heavy-handed tactics to get people to buy food, some of which really you couldn't really even call food if you understood what was in the ingredients lists, but to make people consume. And that's not what the human body was set up to do. The human body is set up to use great food and some exercise as its fuel source, as its way to burn fuel, as its way of being healthy. And being healthy doesn't stop at just feeling good when you wake up in the morning. We're talking about longer term health benefits, talking about longevity, and also, of course, feeling great. Now, feeling great for me is about feeling positive, feeling happy, helping people, and all these kinds of things. And if you have a healthy body, you're coming from a position of strength. And from that position of strength, you've got a hell of a lot to offer a lot of people out there. Plus, of course, if you've got lots of energy, it tends to feel like there's more hours in the day than what maybe it felt like in the past. So I also think that's a really fantastic benefit. So I encourage you to get started with this lifestyle today. I truly think that it's a great step forward for you, and I really do believe that it's going to work for you. Really, please do have a think about mindset and about focusing on how you see that life panning out for you. Think about those benefits. Try to work out some strategies about how you can maybe make some modifications and maybe some changes to existing things that you might feel like you're going to lose, and you should see your priorities start to actually shuffle into a really positive order that supports you having a happy, healthy life, supports you losing some fat, and supports you feeling really, really great in all areas of your life. And that's very, very important to me, and I also know it's really, really important to you. So from here on in, you're going to be hearing a lot of my voice. You might not see me that often, but realistically, I'm thinking of you in every single one of these modules. I've created this program so that you can truly learn everything you need, get the strategies you need, have the help you need, and hopefully you won't have any questions afterwards. But of course, if you do, there's a comment section on each module, and I do get in there and answer some questions too. And always remember, you can come back and rewatch the videos, you can download the audio files and put them on your iPod or on your iPhone or any other kind of phone you bring with you, and you can listen to them again if you need to review some information. And of course, the info sheets and the action guides go hand in hand with all the information you get on this website through the videos or the audio files. So from here on in, I want to wish you all the very best with this lifestyle. I'm really, really excited that you've chosen to share this journey with me. I really appreciate your time, and I really, really value that you've chosen to make this program the starting point for some great positive lifestyle changes that are going to give you a better body, a happier life, and also probably a greater sense of confidence, strength, and just feeling great about yourself. So all the very best with it. I'll talk to you soon.